Hey everyone, welcome to my Patreon. Thank you, Morgan, for signing up. And this one is for Sarah, who requested something gentle-ish. Um, it's going to involve some twists. It's going to take hopefully about an hour. You may want 2 blocks, and we will start lying down on your back. So you can keep the knees bent and the feet on the mat. Take the feet kind of wide so your knees can drop in towards each other. You can place your hands on your belly or wherever you feel comfortable resting them. And just start to feel the breath moving in and out. And let your body release and get a little heavier on the mat. And by now, maybe you're beginning to lengthen and deepen the breath. Setting all thoughts aside if you're able. And then just let your knees gently move to the right so you can keep your feet how they are. So the knees will separate and just drift over to the right as you gaze left. Inhale, come back to center, let the knees drift to left as you gaze right. Good. One more time, bring the knees to center and over to the right as you look left. Back to center and over to the left as you look right. Good. Back to center. Take the feet about hips distance, interlace fingers behind your head, and then just start to press your low back towards the mat. And then with your next exhale, lift your chest. So pause a second and then lower down. Keep it nice and relaxed and gentle. We're really just trying to bring some awareness to the core. So exhale, press your low back into the mat, lift your chest, widen your elbows, but you can still see them in your periphery. And then slowly lower. And just one more to bring some awareness there. Lift your chest and then lower back down. And then we'll take the arms to a T with the palms down. We'll press the low back towards the mat and then bring your shins to tabletop position. Your knees are right over your hips. Squeeze your legs together and take them a little bit over to the right. You can press down through your hands and then come back to center. And then just a little bit over to the left. Using your core and then drawing the knees back to center. And then over to the right, and using your core to bring the knees back. Over to the left, squeezing legs and back to center. One more time each side. Over to the right, back to center, and over to the left. Back to center. This time, let your knees go all the way off to the right, resting down. Gazing over the left shoulder, turn the palms up. And then gently bring yourself back to center and over to the left. Gaze over the right shoulder. And then back to center. Hug your knees in. And then you can either rock and roll yourself up to the all fours, or you can just gently go off to one side and bring yourself to the all fours however you would like. And then couple rounds of cat-cow. So bringing wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, drop the belly, pull the heart through the arms. Exhale, round your back. And then just going with your own breath. Inhaling for cow and exhaling for cat. Now start to find neutral with your spine. Inhale, take your left arm up and out to the side, gaze up at the hand, and then thread it behind your right. So lay your left shoulder and your left cheek down, and then you can step your right hand a little more off to the right and press into it and turn as you reach your hips back. One more breath. And then back to the all fours. We'll reach the right arm up and out to the side, and then we'll thread it behind the left. And we'll rest the right cheek down if that's available. Step your left hand a little bit over to the left, press into it. Reach the hips back. And then come on back to the all fours. All right, so we'll step the right foot forward. And then you can always pad up your back knee if you need to, or hot dog fold the mat. Interlace your fingers on top of your right thigh. And you can let your hips sink forward. And then pull back a little bit. Reach your arms up. And as you exhale, twist to the right, taking your arms out to a T. Good. And then back to center. Can let your hips go forward and then back to the all fours. We'll step the left foot forward. You can pad up your right knee if you need to. Inhale, interlace your fingers on top of your left thigh, just allowing the hips to sink forward. And then pull back a little bit. Reach your arms up as you exhale. Twist to the left, taking your arms out to a T and using your core. Good. And then release. And we'll go back to the all fours. And we'll take the hands a little more forward of your shoulders. We'll tuck the toes and lift the hips up and back to down dog. Hands are shoulders distance, feet are hips distance. Spread your fingers wide and bend your knees as much as you need to. Good. All right. And then bring your knees down. We'll step the right foot forward. This time we'll pick up the back knee and make sure that back leg is straight and reaching back. Plant your left hand to either a block or the mat, and then reach your right arm up and twist. Good. And then bring the right hand down, turn to the left, to the long edge of the mat. So you parallel your feet. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And this time as you inhale and lengthen, we'll walk ourselves back to the lunge at the top of the mat. We'll bring the back knee down, come back to the all fours, step the left foot forward, tuck your back toes, lift the back knee. Take a moment here, reaching that back heel back. Then either plant your right hand to a block or the mat as you twist to the left. Pulling this left hip back, pinning it in, keeping the back leg strong. Left hand comes down, pivot to the long edge of the mat. Pivoting to the right, inhaling, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Start to walk yourself back to a lunge at the top of the mat. Bring your back knee down, come back to the all fours. Take the hands a little forward of your shoulders, tuck your toes, go up and back to down dog. Take one more breath. Stretching out the back, lengthening. Then step your right foot forward. And you can always bring the back knee down and step it forward or help it up there. And then make sure you're steady. Inhale on up to high lunge. Nice. So bend your back knee. Activate your core by kind of dropping the tail and then re-straighten through the back leg. And then the hands come down again. Plant your left hand and reach your right arm up, twisting to the right. Release, step back, to down dog. Inhale, rock forward to plank. Exhale, down dog. So 2 more like that. We'll inhale, rock forward to plank. Make sure shoulders are over wrists. Exhale, down dog. One more. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, down dog. Next, exhale. Step your left foot forward. Make sure you're steady, and then inhale up to high lunge. Take a breath here. And then the hands come down. Plant your right hand, reach your left arm up and twist. Left hand comes down, step back to down dog. Inhale, rock forward to plank. This time we'll lower knees, thighs, pelvis, belly, chest. Bring the hands by your low ribs, all 10 toenails on the mat. Inhale, lift your chest, just a baby cobra, using your back muscles, keeping the feet on the mat. And then release. 2 more like that, barely coming up. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release. Press your pubic bone down. Keep that as you inhale and lift your chest. And then release and find child's pose. So just shift your hips back towards your heels. Good. And then inhale to the all fours. We'll walk the hands a little bit forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. And then walk your hands back to your feet. Come to a forward fold at the back of your mat. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. You can take hold of opposite elbows and let the head hang. You can nod the head yes and shake the head no. And then hands to hips. Inhale, come on up with the long flat back. Awesome. So we'll set up for tree pose. So we'll transfer the weight into the right foot. We'll bring the left sole of the foot anywhere above or below your right knee. And then just find a spot to focus on with your gaze. Option to grow your branches. Reach your arms up. Good. And then release your arms. Bring your knee forward. Take your right hand to the outer left thigh. Start to twist to the left, reaching your left arm back, gazing over the left shoulder. Good. And then set everything down at center. Transfer the weight into your left foot. Bring the right sole of the foot anywhere above or below the knee. Hands to heart. Find a spot to focus on. And then reach your arms up if you like. Release your arms, bring your right knee to center, left hand to the outer right thigh, reach your right arm back and use your core to twist. Good. Release and set everything down at center. We'll take a walk to the top of your mat. And then we'll inhale, reach the arms out, around and up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, fingers to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot back to a lunge. Fingertips line up with toe tips. And then pivot and plant your back heel and cartwheel open to warrior two. Nice. Pressing the inner right knee towards your outer right knee. All right, come forward, flip your right palm, reverse your warrior. Let your left hand go down the back leg or around your low back. Now keep reversing back as you straighten your right leg. Bring your arms to a T, shift your hips back, reach as far as you can forward, and bring your right hand to a block, shin, foot, or floor. Having the block on the outside of your right foot, reach your left arm up. Lengthen through both the top and underneath side of your waist. All right, and then let your top arm carry you back up. Warrior two just for a breath. And then cartwheel your arms down. Step back to down dog. Inhale, rock forward to plank. Lower your knees, thighs, pelvis, belly, chest. Tops of the feet on the mat. Inhale, lift your chest into low cobra. Exhale, reach it forward as you come down. Press yourself back just to a brief child's pose. Inhale to the all fours. Set up for down dog. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips. And then walk yourself back to a forward fold at the back of the mat. Inhale, fingers to shin, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press through the feet, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a little walk to the top. Inhale, reach the arms out, around and up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, half. Exhale, step your right foot back to a lunge. And then pivot and plant the back heel, cartwheel open to warrior two on the second side. Pressing inner, left knee towards outer, left knee, and taking about 2 more breaths. Good. Come forward, flip your left palm, reverse warrior. Keep reversing back, straightening the left leg, and then triangle pose. Arms to a T, shift hips back, reach as far as you can forward. Take your left hand to the block, shin, foot, or floor. Reach your right arm up. Lengthen from your left armpit to left hip crease. Let the top arm carry you back up. Warrior two just for a spell. And then cartwheel your arms down. Step back to down dog. Good. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Forward fold. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press through your feet and reach the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. We'll bring the feet all the way together. The big toes touch, but the heels are a little bit apart. Bend into your knees and reach your arms by your ears for chair pose. And bring a little bit of weight into your heels. Breathe. And then start to stand, cross your right knee over left, but keep the legs bent. Take your left arm all the way on top of right. You can either grab opposite shoulders or hook at your elbows and bring your palms together if that's available. Nice. All right, release, come to stand, and then back to chair. Reaching the arms by the ears. Come to stand, cross your left knee over right. Take your right arm all the way on top of left, either hooking at the elbows and bringing the palms together or touching opposite shoulders. Good. Shoulders line, face straight ahead like headlights. Hips, hip point straight ahead. Good. And then release. Take a little walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, half. Exhale, step your left foot back to a lunge, and this time warrior one. So back foot spins flat on a 45-degree angle. Inhale, come on up to warrior one, where you're gently drawing your right hip back. The back leg is strong. Good. And then straighten the right leg, release your arms. Step your back foot just a little more forward. And we'll bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold over your right leg. So I'm going to take blocks to either side of my right leg so that the leg can stay straight. So that's where the blocks come in handy. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, half. We'll take the left hand down inside the right foot or on the block. I think I might keep mine on the highest. Right hand to your right hip, pull your right hip back, and as you exhale, twist towards the right. See if you can keep your back heel down. If not, step it a little more forward and a little more over to the left. And then once you feel fully revolved, reach your right arm up. Good. Release. Make your way to down dog. Inhale, float forward to plank. Lower through the knees, thighs, pelvis, belly, chest. This time we'll scoot the elbows a little forward, forearms in an 11, so Sphinx pose. And we'll keep the belly a little engaged so you're not crunching in the low back. And then release. Press yourself up to the all fours and then down dog. Walk your hands slowly back to your feet. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press through the feet and reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a little walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms out around and up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, half. Exhale, step your right foot back and pivot and plant on a 45-degree angle, and then inhale up to warrior one. So the core is engaged, the back leg is strong and straight. You're bending into the left knee as much as you can. You're turning a little bit your upper body, torso towards the left, but not cranking it. Taking one more breath, sealing the outer edge of your back foot. And then release your arms, straighten your left leg, step your back foot a little more forward, hands to your hips. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold over the left leg, maybe with blocks on either side of the foot. So you're straightening the leg as best you can. Inhale to lengthen the back. Exhale to fold. Good. Inhale, lengthen up halfway. Right hand to the block or the mat under your right shoulder. Left hand to your left hip. Pull the left hip back. Exhale, start to twist to the left and reach your left arm up. Try to keep your whole back foot down. If you need to, step it to the right and more forward. You can shorten your stance. And then release the left hand down. Make your way back to down dog. Take a breath here. You can take a vinyasa or skip it. Actually, let's rock forward to plank. Lower down all the way to your belly. We haven't done locust yet, and it's so great. So let's come all the way down, tops of the feet on the mat, interlace your fingers at your butt, and inhale. Lift your chest and your legs. Try to keep it as easy as it can be. Keep release and shift back to child's pose. Good. And then slither on down to your belly again. One more time. This time we'll interlace fingers the awkward way. Inhale, locust one more time. Lengthen the back of the neck. Spin the upper inner thighs up. And then release. One more time. Shift back to child's pose. Inhale to the all fours and exhale, down dog. Good. Now step your right foot forward into a lunge. And then you can either plant your left hand, reach your right arm up, or you can take your left elbow to your right thigh, bring your hands together in prayer, and twist to the right. Twisting from the upper body. Release the hands down on either side of the foot. Turn to the left. Stay halfway in the fold. Plant your left hand under your face. Reach your right arm up and twist to the right. Good. Plant your right hand under your face. Twist to the left. Good. And release. Walk yourself back to a lunge. Step back to down dog. We'll skip the vinyasa unless you're wanting it. Step your left foot forward so you're in a in a lunge. Plant your right hand and reach your left arm up. Or bump your right elbow onto your left thigh. Bring the hands together in prayer. Twist to the left, keeping that back leg strong. Now you can always bring your back knee down if needed. Good job. And then hands come down on either side of the foot. Turn to the right. Pivot to the long edge of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Plant your left hand under your face. Exhale, twist, reaching your right arm up. Right hand comes down under your face. Twist, reaching your left arm up. All right, release. We'll bend the knees, bring the hands to the hips, come all the way up. And then you can walk your feet together, find the middle of your mat. Take your feet a little wide, heels and toes out. And then come down into a squat. And we won't hold it for very long. Hands to heart. And then right hand comes down a little in front of your right foot. Reach your left arm up, gaze up at the hand and twist. And then hands to heart center. Bring your left hand down inside your left foot. Reach your right arm up, gaze up at the hand and twist. Back to center, hands to heart. Bring your hands down to come to a seat. Nice. Now plant your feet in front of you. Knees bent, hands hang on behind the thighs. Roll your chest open. Roll your shoulders back. Shift back. Bring your shins to parallel with the mat. And then reach your fingers forward if you can. Good. Soles of the feet together. Knees wide. First sit up tall. And then as you exhale, fold any amount. Good. Now, one more time, we'll shift back into boat. Chest proud. And then soles of the feet together, knees in, fold in. Good. Inhale up. We'll take the left knee down where it's extending right out of your left hip, and we'll step the right foot to the outside of the left thigh. And inhale, sit up nice and tall, hugging the right shin in, and then reach your left arm up. Take your right hand down behind you. As you exhale, twist to the left, either hooking your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh or grabbing the leg. And like lengthening up as you inhale and twisting a little more as you exhale. Good. And then unwind back to center. Unwind your legs. Other side, take your right knee down, step your left foot to the outside of your right knee, hug your left shin in and sit up nice and tall. Take your left fingers behind you, reach your right arm up, exhale, twist to the left, hooking your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh or grabbing the leg. Each side is different. For me, I can hook on this side but not on the other. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Good. Unwind back to center. Now we'll bring this left shin down where it's parallel with the front edge of the mat and your left foot is flexed. And then we'll take the right ankle over the left knee. And it's okay if this right knee is raised up, but you're attempting to stack your shins like logs parallel with the front edge of the mat. And then inhale, sit up nice and tall. And as you exhale, either stay there or start to come forward any amount, just keeping it as easy and relaxed as this pose can be, which it's not easy, but see if you can soften the muscles in your face. And then inhale, come on back up. Take your hands behind you, plant your feet, and just let your knees windshield wiper side to side. All right, and then we'll bring the right shin down where it's parallel to the front edge of the mat. We'll stack the left ankle on top of your right knee. And then you see mine is pretty raised. It doesn't lay flat. That's totally normal. I think my other side was a little less tight. And then we'll sit up nice and tall. Inhale. And as you exhale, come forward any amount, or you can stay right where you are. Take 2 deep breaths. Inhale, come on back up. Plant your feet. Let the knees drift off to one side. And then the other side. And then one more time each side. All right. And then we'll come to the long edge of your mat and scooch back so that your heels are on the mat, especially if you have like a hard floor. And then sit up nice and tall and flex your feet and take your hands forward. And you can stay there or you can start to slowly walk your hands forward any amount. So inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Now stay low as you start to walk yourself over to the right, taking either hand to either side of the right foot. Maybe you're able to take your left hand to the pinky toe edge of the right foot and kind of turn your belly button towards the right leg. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Stay low as you walk yourself back to center and then over to the left, taking one hand to either side of the left leg. Inhale, reach the chest forward. Exhale, fold. See if you can take right hand to the pinky toe edge of your left foot. And then fold any amount. And maybe you're up here, that's fine. All right, release one more time. Come back to center. And then slowly walk yourself up. And we'll come onto your back, slowly helping yourself onto your back. So, with the knees bent and the feet on the mat, the arms by your sides. Actually, let's robot arm your arms so your elbows are down, but your fingers point up, and you're broadening your chest and drawing your shoulder blades under you and down, keeping that press into your elbows and lift your hips. Good. Release that down. Release your arms, palms down, and then thinking about the same actions as with the robot arms. See if you can press up into bridge. Either take hold of the edges of the mat and work your shoulders under, or you can interlace your fingers under you and work your shoulder blades under, your shoulders under. And then slowly lower. Grab your block if you have one. Lift your hips and slide your block under, either on the first or second level where it's on your sacrum. So right, that flat triangular bone past your low back, so lower than your low back. And then bring your knees in and send your feet up towards the ceiling for kind of like a shoulder stand or a legs up the wall, away from the wall. Focusing on your breath. Then bring one foot down and the other foot down and remove the block if you have it and come down. We'll hug the right knee in, extend your left leg and take the right knee over to the left. Let your right arm go out to a T. Maybe the twisting is feeling a little easier. Maybe you even extend your right leg if you have the space. And gently come back to center. Hug your left knee in and extend the right. Take the left knee across over to the right. Let your left arm go out to a T. Gaze over your left shoulder. Maybe you extend the right leg if it feels good to you. Gently come back to center. We'll hug the knees into the chest and take happy baby. So reaching for the outer edges of your feet, drawing the knees down towards your armpits, trying to lengthen from top of the head to your tail. If you want, you can rock side to side. And then release into Shavasana. So feel free to take Shavasana however you like, or extend the legs, let the feet flop out, let the arms flop out. Close your eyes or soften your gaze. Work your shoulder blades down the back and your low back towards the mat. Allow the muscles of the face to soften. Release any controlled breathing. And feel free to rest here as long as you like. Or if you're ready, you can start to wiggle the fingers and the toes and circle wrists and ankles in both directions. Inhale, reach your arms by your ears and take a stretch. And as you exhale, bend one knee at a time. Gently roll off to one side. Make a little pillow with your bottom arm and rest there a minute, just noticing how you feel. And then slowly use the strength of your arms to press yourself up to a comfortable seat, sitting up nice and tall and bringing the hands to heart. I thank you all again so much for contributing to this community and helping me make future videos by contributing. And I can't wait to practice with you again. Namaste.